Three, two, one, and I am live again. Hi everyone, how are we doing today? How's your day been? It's heading on night here. How's your morning starting? Third live now, and I'm really enjoying it, but I do find that I'm going to have to get myself a little bit organized with topics and what I'm going to talk about. So today I was thinking I'd like to talk about the topic of, how do you start your day, right? And I guess I started on this journey probably at the very least about a year ago, in trying to work out, okay, well, we're not doing the things that I wanted us to be doing, or my husband wanted us to be doing. And so we started to explore, how do we change things? Do we need to start looking at a side income? Do we need to start, just educating ourselves a little bit more in terms of how do we change our life as it is now? Because, of course, the results of our lives are based on the decisions that we've made. And those decisions are often really influenced by the limited experiences that we've had at the time. So with that began this whole journey of, okay, well, let's just be a student of what our life is now and look at things a little bit differently. So the first thing that I began to learn a little bit more about is, how do we start our days? I don't know about you guys, and if you're watching this, I would really love to get an idea as to how you start your days, what's worked for you. And there's a lot of literature that's out there on this very subject. And the reason for that is because it's proven that there is actually a direct relationship between success and the way that we spend the first hour of our day. Now, that first few minutes when we open our eyes and start the day off, what are we doing? So, of course, I would wake up. I'm an early bird anyway. Lounge around, grab a coffee, just sort of sluggishly get around in the morning and prepare for work and that sort of thing. But one of the books that I really, really enjoyed, it's called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. That's actually probably not a good shot. And of course, I listen to all my books on audiobook. And it's pretty amazing, actually, because very quickly you get to understand that the habits of successful people are actually, there's a pattern. And so that first hour, the first 2 hours of our day has transformed our lives. And this is both for myself and my husband. So this is what we do. What we don't do is we don't have electronics in our room. We don't have a TV in our room. We used to, when it was a huge trend to have a TV in the room, but we got rid of that. And we don't have our phones charging in the room. So the phones are actually in the lounge area down the hallway, so that if we've got our alarms on, we've physically got to get out of bed and go turn the alarms off. And that again, that transformed our lives, because Sam's a bit of a, he struggles with sleep, and I'm a snorer. So, I mean, that doesn't really help with our sleeping patterns, but what we learned was just that subtle change in getting the electronics out of the bedroom certainly helped us get better quality sleep. So the next step was, in that first hour, as soon as we get up, and this is direct from The Miracle Morning, these are the things that I've learned, is as soon as you get up with purpose. You don't lounge around. As soon as you open your eyes, you're just straight out of bed. You go off and do the personal stuff that you need to do. And then, you're brushing your teeth. You're actually forcing yourself, even if you're tired, you are brushing your teeth, you're washing yourself, you're getting ready as if you're going to be ready to do whatever exercise that you need to do. And that brings me on to the next one. So whatever the exercise is, you're ready for that. But before I do that, before I actually go off to my exercise, and I'm all ready for it, by the way, you're drinking water, so you're rehydrating your body. And I'm sitting and journaling for the 10 to 15 minutes in the morning. So remember, I'm all ready to go out. I sit down and I have some quiet time. And I literally just journal gratitude. So you spend 10 to 15 minutes every morning. It becomes a habit. Actually, this is the one, simple, cheap book, right? But I've just written in there every morning what I'm grateful for. And it's always the same thing. I'm grateful that I have woken up full of health and vitality, and that, you know, my God is my Lord. So I always am thankful to him for keeping me safe at night, keeping my husband safe at night as well, that we're able to rise healthy. And, you know, talk about my beautiful family. So those are the things that I'm grateful for, and I continue to do that every day. And after that, I'm literally walking out the door. So I do a bit of a walk for about half an hour, as long as I'm getting at least 30 minutes of walking or some sort of cardio in for the day. I come home, do a bit of yoga, and then I go get ready for work. So I'm literally doing all of those steps. To be honest, I can be up anywhere between 3:30 in the morning to 4:30 in the morning. And it's such a habit that we do it in the weekends. Every day during the holidays that we've just had, just automatically get up at that time. It's just such a habit. And I've got to say, you know, a lot of my workmates, the people that I work with during the day, today, Thursday, is my Friday, so I only work 4 days. I work part-time now, while I'm building my business as well. And, you know, you just have this energy to be able to then launch into a full day. You know, the likes of Tony Robbins has talked about the influence of that first hour and the changes and the difference that it can make to your day. So I guess the choice comes down to whether you want to continue living the life that you are and getting the results that you are, or whether you want to make some changes and get, you know, higher level results, better things, higher fulfillment, happiness, health, relationship, all of those things. And I'll end by saying this quote, which is a Thomas Jefferson quote, I believe. And I'll just read this. If you want something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done before. All right. So if you want something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done before. So if you're really honest with yourself, if you sit in that truth and you go, you know what, this sleeping isn't helping me. And if I just got to find an extra hour in the day, I'm going to get up an hour earlier. But I'm also going to get up straight away with purpose, knowing that I've got certain things to achieve in the first hour for myself. And then you're ready to tackle the rest of the day. So I've rabbited it on for about 8 minutes, and I sort of didn't really want these things to go on too long, but I just think it's such a transformational process to go through, and it's simple. We can all start this from wherever you are in your life. Simple steps. All right. Blessings, all the very best. Enjoy the rest of the day, night, morning, and I'll chat tomorrow. Bye-bye.